Hello, I'm thankful for another day in Jesus' name. So, today I want to talk about owning it and dethroning it. So, we make some decisions along the way, wrong decisions, wrong choices. We make some mistakes along the way, just committed some wrong actions. And sometimes those wrong decisions, wrong actions, wrong choices, they can cause us some problems. I know mine have caused me some problems over the years. And sometimes we can dwell in those areas for a long period of time, and they can really do a number on our mind, on our mindset, on our heart, on our spirit. And if you're not careful, it can affect your soul. So it's very important that we, you know, look at these wrong decisions and wrong choices and decide that, wait a minute, I made those wrong choices. I turned left and should have instead of turning right. However, I don't have to dwell here. I don't have to stay here in this situation, in this circumstance, even if it's a situation in your mind when you have to get over things, the wrong choices that you make. But what we first have to do is own them. Over the years, I've cast a lot of blame on things that was done to me, things that were, just detrimental in how I moved throughout my life at that time. Pain, hurt, intimidation, just doubt and discouragement. However, I had to own my part because that door was open and I walked right in it. And some doors are closed and we open those doors even though we know it's the wrong door. So we have to own that. We have to own the decision that I'm going to do what I want to do regardless, even though there's red flags, even though there's warning signs. We have to own it so then we can dethrone it. We can dethrone the pain, the fear from intimidation. We can dethrone the insecurity from all of the pot shots and all of the harm that's done to your mind. We can dethrone mental anguish because these things, they can affect us for the rest of our lives if we let them. But God can restore your mind. He can heal your heart. He can give you the right spirit. He can uplift your spirit. He can save your soul and he can keep your soul saved. So even though these things are real, but they're real because of now things were done to us. But I'm talking about those things that we did, we allowed because we just decided to do. I just decided to do what I wanted to do. Could have been immaturity, could have been just, not knowing. A lot of things were naive too, but whatever the situation was, I made the decision and I suffered from it. But the suffering stopped one day because one day I said, no more. I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm not going to be made to feel less than. I'm not going to be treated bad. I'm not going to be hurt and walked on and stepped on in many areas, just not one. But I came to my senses. I was like the prodigal son. I came to my senses and I said, wait a minute, let me go back to my father, the one that I was introduced a long time ago. And I never left him, but these things were so heavy on my mind, I was out of touch. I was out of reach. And see, that's why we have to dethrone these things. We have to own it so we can dethrone it. So it no longer has dominion over us. It no longer has control over us, our moves, our walks, our talks. It no longer encompasses all of our life. So we own it so we can dethrone it. If we had unforgiveness because we wouldn't own it so we can dethrone it with forgiveness. So we can move forward and those things no longer control us. They no longer determine what we do and how we do it. We can see that person or we can see that situation and smile and say, I love them anyway. I pray for them. My enemies that I've had over the years, they considered me an enemy. And I didn't understand it, but I can look at them and I can pray for them. I don't feel something inside of me when I see them like, oh my God. I say, Lord, I thank you. Because I thank you that I'm not where I once was. And then I can pray for them because I was able to dethrone that situation and forgive them. So we have to own it. We can't blame him or her or they or it. We have to accept the responsibility. This is what I did. My eyes were wide open. I walked through the door, but I don't have to keep walking in the same way. I can shut that door and never enter it. Because when we learn, we don't walk back through those doors. And if you have, you still got life, you still got health, you still got strength, and the ability to get it right and keep it right. So own what we do so we can dethrone it and it no longer has control of our lives. You have a great day.